and welcome back to By the Fire podcast, where I, Ken, your host, take you through mythical tales and creatures from across the Black diaspora. And you must be thinking, where has she been? But I'm here. It's Christmas, and I thought, why not give? You know, 'tis the season of giving, and why not celebrate the podcast, the year, the season with some amazing festivals and folklore. So let's get to it. The Calabar Festival is located in Calabar, which is a city in southern Nigeria, and it sits near the Cameroon border and is the capital of Cross River State, which is where I'm from. And it has an area called the Christmas Village, which is set up for the carnival, which officially begins with a tree lighting ceremony. The origins of the carnival started back in 2004 when Donald Duke, the governor of the state, decided that it would be a perfect way to boost tourism and the local economy. And I suppose it worked because the Calabar Festival is actually known as the Pride of Nigeria. It attracts over 2 million people and has featured participants from across 25 different countries. Its Battle of the Bands and Street Parade is even broadcasted to a television audience of around 50 million, so it's a big deal. I was actually meant to go this year, but Corona said no. The carnival brings several different brands together to compete in choreography and aesthetics display. It's where you have women who are dressed in a sexual way, and they come from across the country and outside, and they're given the opportunity to broadcast their skills, the ceremonies. And it's amazing because there's other events such as art shows, street parties, masquerade events, and essentially it's a massive party. The festival also has themes every year, where the theme in 2019 was humanity, challenging mankind that every human being has a right to existence. The Junkanu Festival was named after the West African Junkanu Festival, and it originated in the Bahamas around the 17th century as a masquerade festival. So this cultural highlight takes place on Bay Street in New Providence and other family islands during the early morning hours from 1 a.m. to 9 a.m. on Boxing Day and New Year's morning as well. So you'd have amazing dancers dressed in masks and multicolored costumes, and they form a parade line and travel from house to house clapping, singing and dancing, and I can just imagine how amazing it is. And at the moment there is a Junkanu museum located in Nassau which keeps the winning costumes on display, so if you want to check that out and check the beauty that is the Bahamas on Boxing Day, I would recommend that festival. In Gambia, there's an amazing festival in Banjul, which is the capital city and the fourth largest city in the country. So during that festival, there are masquerades who perform dances for the delight of the people, and I'm going to talk about a few of them. So you have the Agugu, and the Agugu marches through the streets and stops at intervals to collect money and sweets that people throw at it, and as a result, or as a prize, it dances. It's featured in a glittering gown with white gloves, and on its face is the most beautiful visage. And then next you have the Hunting Fairies, and the Hunting Fairies are very fierce looking. They're dressed in coconut leaves and covered in lion hides. Traffic even comes to a standstill, and drivers are encouraged to give out money so they can then be allowed to pass. Finally, you have the fanal, which rests on 4 high legs, and this boat-shaped structure measures approximately 4 meters in height and roughly 2 meters wide. It's decorated with white paper and looks more like a palace than anything else. And if you go on my website, bythefirepodcast.com, I'm going to feature pictures of all these amazing spectacles, so make sure you check out the website. Balloons of all colours adorn the fanal, and 10 candles are lit inside, giving it a dreamy feature. So I think, if anyone's in Gambia at the moment, that sounds like a treat. It really does. So I really hope you enjoyed this episode. It was a short one just to get something out for Christmas and get me back into the swing of doing episodes. I really do miss it, and I loved researching and I loved giving it out. So I really hope you enjoyed this as well. Just a little taster for the future of By the Fire podcast. Be sure to rate and comment on Apple Podcast, and now you can do so on Spotify, and follow so that you don't miss an episode. You can also listen on SoundCloud. Use the hashtag BTFpod so we can continue the conversation online, and I look forward to you joining me for the next episode. You can follow me on bythefire_pod on Instagram, Twitter and TikTok, and I'm also on Facebook. Check out my website bythefirepodcast.com and join my mailing list so that you can get some direct information from myself. And if you have a creature or folklore you'd like to hear or would like to be a guest on the show, feel free to email at bythefire.mail@gmail.com. Don't forget that you can support my Ko-fi if you'd like to have access to exclusive content. And thank you for 2021. It's been a heck of a year in terms of what's going on around the world. But there's also been really lovely and positive tidbits in terms of just being able to interact with all of you and the opportunities that this year has given me as a podcaster and author. Oh my goodness. So yes, thank you so much, and I look forward to you joining me next year by the fire. Bye.